So today's video is just going to be a little bit different. I wanted to start off by asking you guys a hypothetical question about two situations that are a little bit different that I'm sure many of us have already encountered while playing chess online. But let's imagine that you're playing a chess game against somebody who is rated significantly higher than you are. I mean, I'm talking 200, 300, 400 points, okay? I don't even know how you got paired with that person, but it doesn't matter. So let's say you're playing with that person and you make a couple of moves in the beginning of the game, and their signal, their connection, what have you, gets cut off, or basically they get thrown out of the game, not by their choice. And you wait the little bit of like 1 minute or something, and it says you won. So that's one scenario. Sounds like a really nice scenario. I've had that happen time and time again. I've had that happen to me. I've had that happen to the person I'm playing. That's one scenario. Second scenario is you're playing somebody who's rated significantly lower than you are by, let's say, 200, 300, maybe 400 points. And you guys have a fierce game. And you end up in the very end running out of time, even though the game has been like a very dead lock-on type of game, very serious game. You run out of time and you lose basically because you ran out of time, even though you were winning. Okay, which one of those situations would you rather be in? Would you rather be in getting a bunch of points and playing only a few moves? It sounds nice. Or would you rather be in a situation where you thought you were going to play a weaker player to get the points, and all of a sudden he turned out to be not so weak, and you lost on time even though you were winning? So part of the reason I'm making this video is that although you may have already made a decision which one of the two options you would have rather preferred, it is possible that by the end of this video, after I talk to you guys about the reasoning why I play chess in the first place, you guys might think differently about, the decision that you initially made. I don't want to make this video super long, as I tend to carry on in a lot of my videos, but I wanted to start off by saying we reached 1,000 subscribers and we are now over 1,000. So congratulations, everybody. I wanted to open champagne and do kind of like a live thing. I have a good friend who's also a YouTuber, and he did like a little champagne opening for reaching 100,000 subscribers. But I don't do live, so this is our celebration. Thank you everybody for subscribing. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for commenting. I feel like we've made it a long way in such a short period of time, so I really truly appreciate it. In my previous chess discussions video, I kind of carry on a little bit about how to get back into chess. In today's video, I wanted to also kind of continue on a trend of just talking in general about chess and some of the things that sort of draw me towards playing chess, and why I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like everybody should be able to play chess and should play chess regularly. A couple of years ago, I decided to start running, and I did so regularly. I would go out and run 4 or 5 miles a day. Eventually, I got to the point where I was running 8 to 9 miles a day, and I really enjoyed it. But 8, 9 miles a day every single day does end up kind of burning you out over time. So in the end, I sustained a pretty substantial hip injury without actually falling or anything. It's just, I guess, from overuse. So I had to stop running for a while, and then I got back to running. I started running back. It was like 3, 4 miles, nothing major. But there is a huge difference between running 10 miles and running 4 miles. And it's not even so much in the actual distance as far as how many miles you're running. The biggest difference in running 4 miles versus 10 miles is when I go out running 10 miles. I bring my little water pack, I would have my hat, I would be dressed appropriately, I would make sure I got the right shoes, and I go in running knowing that by the time that I'm finished with that run, it will be like an hour and 30 minutes later, or 2 hours, or whatever the case is. Whatever I've been thinking about beforehand, I basically am not thinking about that now. So you come out as a different person. It's a major reset point in your day. When you're running 4 miles, you can step out of the house and you can say, yeah, I've got this bothering me, I got these things to worry about, I got these documents I need to sign, I've got these issues that are on my mind, you know, I have to fix my car, I have to do this and that. And you run 4 miles and all those thoughts are in your head, and you can run the whole entire 4 miles and you can stop running after 4 miles and you still have those issues, you're still thinking about the same exact thing. So that's why the 10 miles is different than the 4 miles. You run out to run the 10 mile. At some point, you start getting tired. At some point, you start pushing harder. At some point, you forget about the troubles that were troubling you before you started running, okay? Same with the gym. If I go to the gym and I'm preoccupied with a bunch of stuff and I'm just sort of like, you know, thinking about everything, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about that. If I go to the gym, and especially if I go to like a really good gym with all the exercise machines, even if I go by myself, I go in, I go on that bench press, you know, I'm thinking about all the things that I'm thinking about. I slap on some weight, okay, 145 pounds, do some bench press, put on a little bit more. At some point, I have to get in the moment. I have to be in the moment, and I have to let go of all the issues that I've been thinking about. I have to just let go of them. And when I'm getting to, say, close to 200 pounds to bench press, at that point, I have to be in the moment. My fingers have to be there where I need them to be. All the muscles have to be aligned. You know, the room for error at this point is getting smaller and smaller. And I have to do the movement. I have to execute it. So now, the difference between me, you know, just walking around and thinking about my day versus doing these, you know, repetitive motions is that now I have to be in the moment. Now I have to pay attention. Now I have to let go of everything else. And hopefully by the time that I'm done working out at the gym, you come out a different person. You come out refreshed. It's a reset button. Unlike so many other things, chess is a great reset button. Because to play chess, you can't really be distracted. I mean, theoretically, you could be distracted, but chess is designed in such a way that your mind has to be in the game. If you're distracted, you can still play chess. You don't play chess well. If you want to play chess well, if you want to play for the win, a lot of times you have to focus. And the way that I focus is, you know, you focus up here while you're semi-distracted. When you don't have any distractions, you start to descend levels of focus. You start to go 1 level deep, 2 level deep, you know. You get into that mode where you're actually focusing. When I play chess, so much for me is not who's going to win, who's going to lose. It doesn't matter who wins or loses. What matters to me, and I used to play in the evening or something, I'd play every day. I start my game and I get focused. And you can actually feel yourself descending into that lower levels of focus, so to speak. It's like here's our brain normally. We're out and it's let's say we're in the middle of the ocean and the waves are just piling everywhere and it's stormy night and there's just a bunch of noise and you know you got thunderstorms and clouds and rain and it's just it's harsh. And then you start focusing on the game, on the chess game, and it's sort of like you're descending down underneath the waves. And as soon as you go under the waves, all of a sudden everything seems calm. Like, you guys ever seen those videos where the submarine goes under the ocean? Like, as soon as it goes down under the waves, all of a sudden, like, all the noise disappears and things start to kind of make more sense. Like, you're under that water and that storm is up there. Suddenly you're underneath. It's like there's this old movie that I used to love watching with Brad Pitt called Snatch. And in which the Brad Pitt was a gypsy. He was like a champion fighter, and towards the end of the movie, they're having the boxing matches or the fighting matches, and Brad Pitt gets knocked out. He flies up, and slow motion, he starts to fall back towards the floor. As soon as it hits that match, you know, the boxing floor, boom! It transitions immediately into him descending into the ocean. That's how I feel when you play chess. That's how you feel when you, not only chess, whether you're doing art, whether you're doing other things that require focus. They require focus. At some point you start to descend under the waves. And it's such an awesome feeling, because if you're retrospective like me, you will say whenever you're playing the chess game, to you it don't really matter. Like to me, yes, it matters what's going on in the game, but at the same time I step out of the game and I sort of watch myself playing, watch myself descend into this more focused mode, and I say to myself, this is it. This is, now we're playing. Now we're where we need to be. We're playing well, you know? It's like if you're sitting and you're having tea or coffee with a friend or something, and it just feels right. And you sit down, you sit across from him. It's just a nice atmosphere, nice day, nothing's bothering you, and you're drinking, and you're like, we're sitting well, aren't we? I mean, it's not something that people commonly say. Your friend is going to be like, what the heck, man? But you're sitting well. It's the atmosphere, the everything. Same with chess. I always, like, when I think and I really focus on the game, I step out and I'm always like, now we're actually thinking. Now this is where your brain is focused. This is where we are. When you get on that level, like when you're playing a chess game, doesn't matter against who. When you're playing a chess game and you start to descend down, down those layers, you start to feel the game. I always tell people that they don't play as much. I tell them it's like music. If two players are playing each other and they're focused in on the game, they feel each other's moves. They finish each other's moves. They continue the pattern of the game like a song. They start a song, and the next player continues the song. And the next player continues the song. And when somebody is not paying attention and they make a move that's different, you can feel it. You can feel it. You're like, whoa, he was supposed to go this way, and he like completely changed things. That's when people are either not paying attention or they're thinking other things, but you feel the other player in the game. And that's the coolest part about chess in general. I don't care who wins or loses. If you got an awesome game going on, if you're playing against another player and you're in the zone, and then you finish the game and you like look up and you're like, what year is it? You totally missed out on the fact that, your parents or your wife or whoever was asking you some questions, and you completely don't even remember them even coming into the room. That's when you're truly like, wow, that's when I would probably say it don't matter who won or lost at that game. Shake hands, talk about the game if you want to, but be happy that somebody took their time, especially like online. We're always so worried, I got to get my rating up, or I got to get my points. First of all, be thankful and respectful for the fact that somebody took their time to, like 30 minutes or whatever, out of their busy day to actually play with you. We don't think about that online. We just play a new game. It don't matter who we're playing against. Be respectful and say, hey, thanks for taking the time to play with me. You don't know who that person is, but they're taking their time, okay? So, but anyways, that's what I wish for everybody to achieve, ultimately, is regardless of what your hobbies are, whether it's painting, whether it's whether it's woodworking, what have you, it's you to get to the point where you feel like you've descending down and focusing on a deeper level than you would, and that focus down to a deeper level would also allow you to reset your day. We all need some kind of a reset to all of our days. Like, I feel like it's an imperative thing to keep yourself sane and to keep yourself happy, whether it's having some kind of a painting thing where you're doing some painting in the middle of the day, or whether you're going to the gym, or whether you're playing chess. We all have to have that reset where you go in with random troubles and you come out not remembering those troubles. I always said that, like, if I ever wanted to build some kind of a dojo, like a tea house or something in my backyard, I would probably make a little pond and make these like elaborate little rock formations where I would have to walk across them and jump in a certain way and like really balance myself, because by doing so I would have to be focused. I would have to be in the moment. I would have to not think about other stuff. So it's almost like finding ways to just completely, break off all those worries. And chess is one of them. It's a great way to, to break off all those worries that you've had previously. So with that being said, you know, if we look back at the previous question that I've had, you know, would you rather play against somebody who's rated higher and you know, and have them time out or something, or have them lose to you by being disconnected, or would you rather play against somebody with a much lower rating and play a fierce game? I think the answer is obvious. I think that you're robbing yourself of the opportunity to play if all you're worried about is points, you know. And too many times we are worried about points, we are worried about, and to me, I really honestly don't even care about points at all. I don't care, you know. In fact, I'll play a lot of people online. I've been playing quite a bit recently, and I actually created a different account altogether. So you have some players, they'll literally come in and they'll do a scholar's mate on you. They'll try to do a scholar's mate on you. Second move, bishop comes out, ready to attack. Third move, you know, putting that queen out there. Like, what are you doing? You almost want to be like, look, dude, if you want some quick points, let's just assume I don't know scholar's mate and let me play against you like 5-6 times and have you literally practice your scholar's mate on me. Because if that's what you want, you're definitely going to walk away happy. Hey, I won against this guy like 5-6 times out of nowhere. If that's what you wanted out of a chess game, then that's cool, man. But like, I don't know. I feel like you're completely robbing yourself of the opportunity to actually sit down and think. It's not about the points. It's about thinking. It's about sitting down and say, feels good to think. Feels good to get that brain going, you know. Now, having said that, don't get me wrong. Let's say I'm at work and I'm having a busy day and I'm having a lot of worries, and all of a sudden at work, I have a little bit of downtime, so I want to play a game or two. But I've been so stressed out and busy. When you log on, a lot of times you're so overwhelmed with a bunch of stuff that's been going on, you actually are not thinking. You're not able to let go of those worries, and instead of chess helping you, you actually end up losing a couple of games, and then you're even more frustrated. You're like, huh, what a day, you know. So sometimes it doesn't work, but going in with the right approach, going in saying, this is my downtime, you know, this is our meditation time, or this is our chess time. Let's play a game or two, you know. That's when you're going into it with those assumptions, you can sort of let go of all your worries and focus on the game. And then it doesn't matter at the end of the game, whether you win or lose. So you made some mistakes. You gave it your best effort, and that really is all that matters. Now that we've hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm super thrilled. But with that being said, I want your opinion. I want your help. Please let me know what you would like for me to show in my future videos, whether you want me to show any more of certain chess sets, chess boards. Do you want me to do chess shorts, like short videos? You know, what can I do to improve on what I'm doing already? Just, you know, give me some advice so that way I can read up on it and kind of take all the things into consideration. I want to expand this channel. I want to see it grow. And if I do the same thing over and over again, you know, the channel can only grow so much. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend and a good following week. Stay happy, stay productive, play some chess games. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.